C to the K to the B, it's the way. C to the K to the B every day. C to the K to the B, I'll still soon hop on. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Yeah, cause we're going to the moon. So welcome everyone to the show. Before we start, please remember that nothing on this show is financial advice. So we're just here to have some fun. So if you like the show, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Okay, our guest today, joining us today is James from Nervape Studios. James, welcome to our show. Yay.
Thank you for having me.
James, can you tell us a bit about your background?
Yeah. So I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm the son of Taiwanese immigrants. So born and raised in the U.S. From the Bay Area, and for me, growing up, it was like pretty. I grew up in a majority kind of like Asian American community. Which is kind of cool. And then from there, I went to college over in San Diego area. I went to college in San Diego area, and from beginning, I was always interested in like the arts, film and like storytelling, and so that's what. And then I studied in my graduate school, which was in LA area. I studied screenwriting. So what was interesting is that I got, and this is, I'm jumping around, but storytelling wise, I was like super curious about Nervape. When they reached out to me, I was like, oh, they actually have like a narrative that they're writing, compared to like other projects that I had seen that I like looked up in the space where it's all about, trying to make money. But they actually had like a story behind their apes. And I was like, because of my background in storytelling and filmmaking, I was like, oh, well, that's super cool. So that's kind of a connection of my background and Nervape. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I was just not asking, but talking about, you guys the other day. And I was like, you weren't definitely here like for the short-term money, because you guys have been around, for so long, and always developing and always participating in the community. So definitely you guys seem to have become like this reference, in the NFT space and in Nervos specifically, throughout the past couple of years. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So you already told us that you're the community manager at Nervape, right? What does that involve? What are your like daily tasks as a community manager?
Yeah, so my daily tasks are helping with writing copy for like the Twitter and Discord announcements. I also help with managing like tickets and support within the Discord, and also discussing with the team like community events or things that we would like to do to help improve engagement for our communities, and also look into reaching out to other influencers or other projects that we might want to collaborate with. So that's kind of and then I help with like managing the moderators as well. And yeah, that's what I do.
Wow,
sounds like a busy day, definitely.
Yeah, is that how you describe your job functions to your mom and dad?
What's that?
Is that how you describe your job function to your mom and dad, your family?
They have no idea. I just say I just say to my mom and dad, it's like art related and it's digital. Yeah.
Did you try to explain to them what you do or this whole project? Have you ever tried that?
I tried to. I just said it's related to art and it's related to like Bitcoin. That's it.
Wow. It's probably just like,
and it's true. It's related to art. It's related to Bitcoin. So I mean, any deeper than that, then like it's gonna be tough for the older generation to understand, I think.
They start rolling the
Or
eyes.
right, or like non-tech people, I guess, to understand. Yeah,
Right,
yeah. They'll be like,
right,
"What
right.
the heck?" Yeah.
Well, it's hard to explain here at home. If I talk about something like that to my kids or to my wife, they just look at me like, what the hell is he talking about?
Right,
So
right. And
yeah.
I do hope eventually that that changes in the space. I mean, eventually we just want to make it so that Web3, that's just in the background and working in the background, and on the surface it's just like any other web 2 thing, like for I mean in the sense that it's easy to understand for people.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
that's our hope. Like the web 3
Yeah,
is just kind of like the background mechanics, and then the actual art storytelling that's super easy to understand for people, and also yeah, for people to get into and try to work in the, or like play or work in the
Definitely.
ecosystem. Yeah.
And that should be the goal actually for every project, right? Because I feel that sometimes some projects they do things so technical that it's so hard for people to understand that people just don't, interact or get involved more as they should,
Right, right.
or as they could. Yeah. So cool.
so
Yeah. So tell
James.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Sorry. So what do you how would you describe the Nerve 8 projects to a new person, a new audience? How would you describe that? Like following up to your storytelling, right? So how would
Right,
you
right.
approach sharing the idea of Nerve 8?
Right. So I recently came back from Hong Kong Web3 Festival, and then so basically we had a bunch of people coming in asking that same question, and it was interesting, like seeing I listening to my teammates and also answering that question myself, and it does have to make you break it down to like what is the base level idea, what's the principle behind Nervape, and also had to do it in Mandarin. I couldn't do it in Cantonese, but I could do it in Mandarin. And we had a lot of Mandarin speakers coming in too, as well as English speakers. So if I was asked that question from a newbie, I would just say, yeah, very simple, easy to understand. If they're in the crypto space, would be we're an NFT project on Bitcoin, right? So that's a very easy to understand. Now, maybe a deeper level explanation would be, oh, we are an intellectual property. We're an IP creative studio that works in the Web3 space. We have focus on storytelling. We're sitting at the intersection of storytelling, blockchain technology, and also digital art. So that's a few explanations, but yeah, I would say at the heart of it, we're a creative studio that works in the Web3 space, and we make intellectual property, and we think we're the best art project on Bitcoin.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That
I
sounds so
agree as
good.
well.
I think that's what you should tell your parents.
Yeah, sure. What's Web3? What the hell is this three for? Yeah.
It's the best artworks on Bitcoin. That's what you should tell them. So,
Right, right, right.
so speaking, working at Nervate all this time and at the Hong Kong Gala, right? Is there any a moment that you would best describe as your best moment that you work while you're at the Nervate studio?
Oh, best moment at
Personally,
like Hong Kong
personally,
festival, or in general?
yeah. Overall, of Hong Kong, you tell us.
Overall, okay, yeah. Um, hmm. I think overall, yeah, I believe. I also helped when we were still putting out stories. I was helping with translation, and also uh, translating from Mandarin to English, and I was helping with the stories and trying to like get them into like very like understandable English. But like even when you translate the stories, there's a lot of creative, I guess, license you have to make, because a lot of stuff doesn't translate one to one from English to Chinese, as you both probably know, speaking
Oh yeah.
multiple languages. And then so yeah, and I would work with the writers of the Nervape saga, which is our multi-chapter narrative for Nervape. So I was talking to the writer with of the Nervape saga, and yeah, I appreciate that she said, oh, you know what, take creative license. I totally understand this translation problem, not trying to one to one. And so I did a translation for let's was which one, chapter 10, let's play a game. I believe it. Yeah, and that's the one with there's the appearance of Bobo Bear, and there was some readers that read that story were like, "Whoa, it's so cool! It's like reads like a fever dream." And I felt like a sense of accomplishment of like, "Oh, okay, I was able to convey the quirkiness of the original, and also like add some of my own creative flair to it." So reading those comments was super super nice and made me
Wow,
feel
that's
good.
awesome. Yeah, that's you get the space to freestyle a little bit.
A little bit, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I enjoyed it.
So do
Yeah.
you do a lot of these like shows in Hong Kong, the Hong Kong Gala? Do you guys have to participate a lot in these shows or just
Oh yeah. For the Hong Kong Web3 Festival, Nervape Studio ourselves, we did not have a speaker pass. We didn't get to speak on like the big stages, but we did have a booth. And what we did was we wrote on hand on like a sign said, "Hey, we're doing presentations one in the morning and one in the afternoon at our booth. So please come by. We
yeah?
have one in English and one in Chinese." And so, and then if you come, you might get a T-shirt. We'll have a lottery for T-shirts depending on how many people showed up.
So,
Yeah. So
was it
yeah.
just me, or there were speakers using the Nervapes T-shirt?
There were speakers using the
Yeah,
Nervape T-shirt
that's
from
great. Great,
yeah,
great
from
publicity.
Nervos
Yeah,
and CKB ecosystem. Yeah, yeah.
that
I
is
mean,
cool.
because like, yeah, yeah, and that was super cool seeing like all the speakers wearing our shirts
That
and
is
also
cool.
because a lot of speakers wear black or some other kind of like dark color, and so seeing like people from the Nervos ecosystem wearing our orange shirts
Yeah.
really stands out on stage. Yeah.
That is the best
You know,
type of marketing.
no hate to people wearing black. I have friends that wear black all the time, but I think the orange
Right.
stands out better in the speaker when everyone else is wearing black. Yeah.
That's awesome. So is there any funny moment or embarrassing moment while you're at Hong Kong, you're doing the Hong Kong Gala, or or any other
Ah,
moment that you can share?
yeah, yeah. So, it's a good question. I think one time someone had mentioned like a big, like some sort of exchange, and they said they were like the top four exchange in the world for crypto, and I was like, oh, and she's like, wait, you haven't heard of it? And I'm like, uh, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, actually, yeah, I'm originally from the U.S. So do they have a U.S. thing? And she's like, oh, okay, I guess they're more European or something. And then I asked my coworker and I said, hey, have you heard of this exchange? And he's like, and she just heard that and she's like, oh, okay. And she was a bit was it kind of high and mighty about it and a little bit like, oh, huh, why is that? But I get it. Maybe she felt like by us not knowing such a big exchange, she probably
Yeah.
felt like we weren't as like in the know about the crypto space. So I
Yeah.
don't know. So that
Come
was
we
kind
gotta
of a
invite this
weird
person up
interaction. What's that?
here. Yeah, we gotta invite her up here, Telmo, to share this exchange.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, actually, if James haven't heard, well, maybe I have heard about it. I'm in Europe, so yeah, if it's
In
one of
Europe,
those,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll exchange details later, James.
Yeah,
if,
sure,
if you
sure.
still if you still remember the exchange. Okay, cool. So,
Yeah.
James,
Yeah,
um, getting a little bit more, into the to the project details itself. How would
sure.
you
Yeah.
describe, for example, your typical like NFT buyer? Do you have a typical NFT buyer?
No, yeah, it's kind of it's I guess there's the audience we want to reach and there's the audience we have reached, I guess. And then so I mean we did have a holder, one like an OG holder come up to us in Hong Kong. And it was like a young guy interested in like crypto and art. And it seemed like he was just trying to feel out, the possibilities of the space. And what was striking for me was that it seemed that he was honest in the sense that uh, he wasn't trying to like pump and dump anything or try
Hmm.
to like uh, he was actually very curious about our project and also about he read like I believe he read the stories too and so he was like an OG holder, like from even our 3D NFT collection, right? So my feeling from just interacting briefly with him was like, oh, okay, he's actually someone that's really interested in crypto and art and storytelling. Like, so, and it's not just about, just about the cash or making money, but that's something he does keep in mind. No, we can't deny that. And
Yeah.
also he was finding his way in the world as a young person.
Hmm.
So I think for us, similar to the apes, what we're trying to reach out to is people who are trying to make their way in the world and find courage in this space we call life. So I think our target users, those are users who are looking for the dreamers, right? The people who are curious about where they are curious about what they want to pursue in their life, or if they already know it, they want the courage to pursue that. And that could be in the art space, and that could be in the tech space. And so we're looking for innovators, creators, dreamers. And as far as the people we have reached, you can look in our Discord, you can look at our Twitter. We've reached many people in the Chinese speaking community,
Yeah.
and also people who are really interested in like, where is this project going? And also, to be honest, people who are trying to make money from this project. And there's people even selling boneless, which we do not support. There's people who are trying to sell boneless, and so we are also, that's that's money makes the world go around. So that's another audience that has reached, we've reached. And also we've reached there, but the core audience that we want to reach, and the people, the OGs that I think that have been in our space for a while, they're people who are looking to pursue their dreams.
That's
That
very
sounds
deep.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very deep.
Yeah.
I don't think, that the audience will be, expecting such an in-depth,
Profile.
yeah, perspective from your project. But that's awesome, man. It does shows that you do what you do out of love, basically, if I can say it like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Is it love?
Uh, Love.
No
No,
love.
I
no,
guess
no.
it's everything like has to be infused with a bit of love, I believe. And I mean, it's not like romantic love. It's more like a platonic idea of love. It's more like
Yeah.
this idea of pursuing truth and pursuing honesty and pursuing art, art as a platonic ideal, or like as an ideal, right? So everything has. I mean, if it's not, then what is it infused with? Then it's infused with greed. It's infused with neediness and a validation, needing validation. So if it's infused with that, it comes through. So if it's not infused with love, then what else is it going to be infused with? Then it's not going to come off as authentic. So yeah, it's infused with love. Yeah.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
Everything I try to do. Now that being said, like, it's not like uh that being said, I'm not too idealistic. I still try to be understanding of that this is a space that could be dangerous. This could be a space that there are scams. So
Yeah.
whenever I talk about this, I do want to be trepid. I tread with a little bit of trepidation, because because I came from the filmmaking space and the creative space, and there's a lot of people who are trying to take advantage of people who come at something with love, because they're like, okay, well, you love this, let me pay you a lower wage, let me not give you commission, or let me not give you a fair wage, because you're coming at this with love. So I do kind of like, I know what you're saying about love, but I try not to use those terms. Let's just say I come out with a sense of enthusiasm and courage. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
We do need more love in this space.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. So, James, I've seen a lot of photos on Twitter these days while you guys were at the festival about your 3D printed apes. Yeah, there
Right.
were
Yeah. Let
there
me see
were a
if I can
lot.
find. Let me find one for you guys. Hold on.
You had like a lot of them in there, really cool ones, different sizes, different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some black ones, and then like a big white one. Oh, where's? I hope they didn't steal it. Let's see.
Were you giving those away?
Oh no way! Nah, they're not available yet for public use yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, guys. Let's see.
Missing ape.
Ape missing in action.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I have some physical apes. Um, but anyways, yeah. So those are part of our physical NFT line that we're planning to come out. I guess digital line that we're planning to come out later this year. So those are 3D printed apes, helped designed by our 3D designer Bradley, and
Nice.
those are currently not available for sale, but they made for a good talking point at the festival, and a lot of people were like, "Whoa, these are cool!" And they also have movable parts, so like the feet are movable, the feet are and the arms are
And
movable,
the
and
hands, no?
also, yeah, yeah, the hands
Yeah.
no, but
No?
the arm can
The
move.
arms. Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
was under
yeah.
the impression that the hands as well because I saw like a line around the hands. Maybe I was just confused. I'm being honest
Oh,
with you. You know, I can't wait to get my hands on one of those.
Right.
yeah. A lot of people would want one of those.
For sure, for sure.
It's a
Hold
good
on, give me
prop for the set in here, you know. What do you think, Albert?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll print one for Albert one of these days once they're made available, or maybe you guys can send one to Albert.
Or name one of the apes after us. Telmo and Albert. So there
Telmo
we
and
go.
Albert.
Yeah, we'll see how we're gonna launch those apes. We're not that'll be further on. We're slammed with like the current Bitcoin collection, but yeah, we do eventually want to release the 3D apes, and then eventually people can use like the file to print it out, but those are not public yet. But yeah,
Yeah. Will you be shipping like worldwide the apes?
yeah, we will be eventually, but the details for that we haven't figured out yet.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think your ape is
So-
gone.
I don't know where my apes are, but
That's
I'm still unpacking from Hong Kong. So yeah, eventually I'll find them. Hopefully.
I'm gonna use that sentence on this video. I don't know where my apes are.
Where my apes at? Where's my apes
Where
at?
my apes are, yeah.
Breaking news. On our show, breaking news that apes they have escaped.
Cool.
So interesting. Okay. Anyways.
Nah,
go
it's
ahead,
fine.
guys.
It's fine. So can you share a little bit more about those figures? Are they you said that it's Bradley, right? That the digital artist that made the 3D file or the figure in 3D, right? Where are these printed? Where are these printed?
These are printed in the U.S. Bradley prints
Okay.
them himself, and yeah, he prints them himself with his 3D printer, and then
Cool.
he brought them to the Hong Kong.
Nice. So Bradley is in the
Is he
U.S.
also the designer?
Currently, yeah, he's currently based in the U.S. Yeah,
Okay.
He created that ape.
he created that ape.
Wow.
Yeah. He
Nice.
created
Ask him to
those
come on the
apes.
show next time.
Any story behind the ape itself, the figure of the ape itself? Why'd you guys went with ape?
So one thing I talked with, I echoed this question actually too, and when I first joined Nervape Studio, and for our team, okay, so when someone says, "Oh, you guys are apes too," so like the obvious connection would be with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? Like the Ethereum
Yeah.
project,
Yeah.
and then and they'll be like, "Oh, so you're just trying to get off, just trying to go on their coattails?" And no, the apes for them and for us at the start was. First, they're cute. Our apes are cuter, and they're not as bored or ugly.
Definitely, yeah.
And also the apes are like so if you look at apes, they are one of the few animals that know how to use tools, right? And they are our genetic ancestors in a way, or they're our closest genetic animal. Like so,
Mhm.
like even a
Yeah.
chimpanzee, I think is like 90 something percent genetic DNA matching. So they're part of our evolution. And so these apes, as if you read the stories, these apes are in a way evolving as they pursue this third continent, and we felt like they serve as a great analogy for humans searching for their own place in this digital landscape and the physical landscape of life. And so that's why apes were chosen. So apes are part of our evolution, and we are still evolving. Maybe not necessarily, not biologically evolving that quickly, but we are trying to evolve mentally and intellectually. Yeah.
It's cool because it actually reflects on what your apes can per se do. You can customize them on pretty much everything. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
cool. Thank you for that, James. Another question. Apart from being or coming from the filmmaking industry and from being this storyteller, yeah, do you have any other hidden talents or any hidden talents? Like, do you sing?
Oh.
Do you play any instruments?
Oh, yeah, I have my guitar here, but I don't play. I don't play that
Oh,
well. I
okay.
would say one skill I'm proud of that maybe not many people know is like I've been practicing martial arts since I was a young child. So I started in Shotokan karate, and now uh, I'm focusing on Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So yeah, I have a very deep love and passion for martial arts and the art
Are
of
you into MMA?
yeah, I've watched MMA. One of my previous projects before was as a producer for a mixed martial arts documentary, and so I followed it for closely for a while. But recently, the new wave of fighters, I haven't been watching too much. But I here and there, I'll look at like some Instagram clips and stuff. Yeah,
All right, that
Cool.
is
yeah.
cool.
But I do think MMA. Yeah. If you want to talk about the father of MMA, like one of the first innovators of MMA, of course, is Bruce Lee, right?
Right.
There is MMA inspirations from other styles and some stuff maybe in early Brazil with their Vale Tudo fighting, but yeah, I think Bruce Lee, he's one of the first people to get a scientific approach towards like mixed martial arts, and then if you talk to any MMA fighter, there's a lot of them are influenced by Bruce Lee, and which I find very cool. Yeah.
That is all.
Nice. Nice to know. So we don't want to mess with James.
Exactly. Not with that talent.
We can get our asses kicked.
Yeah.
That's fine. Thank you for sharing that, James. So
Oh yeah,
back,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, go back to the business just a little bit. So we can tell that you guys are very, very, very popular within the Chinese community.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any like plans to expand like your product to the English community so that you get more like visibility outside of the English, not of the English, out of the Chinese community?
Yeah, good point. So yeah, as you can probably see from our Discord, and we have like a Chinese channel in our Discord that's like super, active,
Busy, yeah.
busy. Yeah, yeah, and also a lot of our followers are from the Chinese community, and we're super grateful for their support and for support and their love and support for Nervape. To expand, what's interesting is that because we have such a strong following in Asia and in Chinese speaking communities. There are other projects that have reached out to us that are from bigger English speaking Web3 projects that are now taking a look at Nervape. So that's something we're trying to work out and try to get more collaborations going moving forward with see if we can connect with these projects, and also making like cool content in English
Yeah.
as well as in Chinese. And I think that will help bring in more users, and also yeah, obviously speaking to these working with these other projects and people in those spaces. Yeah.
Cool.
Possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do you think that currently the Chinese community is more is adopting like more the the Nervape studio? Is it because it's like a Chinese project?
We wouldn't say like we're a Chinese project. We would say we're like a global project. And I
Okay.
think that might be a misconception for
Okay.
some people, like, oh, there's a lot of Chinese users, I'm going to stay away, it's just a Chinese project, which is,
Okay.
it's a shame, right? Because I think
Yes.
Chinese projects, they get like a bad rep, right? Because
Yeah,
it's
as you
just,
saw, I
oh,
was a little bit, resilient when saying Chinese project because, but you can tell that, the majority of the adoption comes from China. So, but
oh
why
yeah, yeah,
why do
yeah.
you think that is?
I think because there's a lot of
Maybe being in Nervos as well helps that.
yeah, I think Nervos has a strong, like, because we come from that Nervos. Our 3D NFT collection was originally on CKB Nervos,
Yeah.
and I think Nervos has a strong presence in Asia as well, not just China, like Singapore,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Malaysia. Yeah, yeah, and I think that is a big help. That's a big reason why, and also I do think that the there might be people in the Chinese community who are looking for maybe like ways to uh they're trying to explore the space, and I think they might be connected to our stories, our narrative about these apes who are trying to get out of these it, you know it, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the story, but these apes who are looking to get out of like certain, like, maybe hard situations and look
Yeah.
out for a better way of life and stuff like that. So I think that there might be like, because yeah, there's a lot of people who are in um and not just China but in other places as well, who are probably looking for ways for hope, maybe, or for or different ways of expression, and they're very curious about how Web3 could be a way of expression. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, yeah,
That's cool.
Another,
Good.
another very deep answer. Love it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I
James
think,
is.
especially with like a lot of or like a lot of I would say, and this is in the US as well, I think, and also like Japan too, is like a lot of um, like these places which have been developed very much like late stage capitalist states. I think a lot of them are there's always, because it's basically, once you like there's a hierarchy of needs, right? Like once you have you have money, like you have food and shelter, and then what about expression and stuff like that? And I think a lot of people start searching for meaning, right? And what is Web3? If like Web3 is, in a sense, is like a way to find meaning in the digital space, or attach value to a digital space. So I think a lot of these countries, like yeah, a lot of people are searching for meaning, and I think maybe they're trying to look in Web3, and I think they might be attracted to our project. Yeah.
That is cool.
I
So
got to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting, such deep answers from your side. You're coming out as,
yeah,
this really deep guy, that is
yeah, I know.
really.
So James, a little more personal again, right? So given your busy schedule, like how do you find time for yourself? Like free time to do like martial arts or play your guitar? Do you find time?
Yeah. I think that's super important, is making times and setting boundaries for like when you should be doing work and when I should be, relaxing and being present. So I try to be present with, like, we recently got like a bird recently, so I'll be taking care of a pet bird soon,
Nice.
now, yeah. And also I enjoy meeting up with family and friends, and eating dinner and just chatting and talking about things outside of the Web3 space as well. So
Great.
I think no, it's super important to find time for that. I enjoy walks. I enjoy yeah, as I mentioned, I'm practicing. I try to do jujitsu at least twice a week and work out two or three times a week as well. So I think that stuff, it helps inform, and also it basically, like like one of my wife's a Mandarin teacher had told her something really cool. Is like, oh, you 就是你休息是因为要走比较长的路, so you rest so that you can walk a longer road, and I really I think that's super important. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like take it easy, do it slow, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's good. That's good. So, I mean, like, what can we? Is there anything you can share in terms of what will be coming from Nervape Studios in the short term or long term? Anything you can share? Whatever you can.
Yeah, yeah. So we're dropping our collection, our Bitcoin, uh, our Bitcoin digital objects. We call it digital objects because they're objects that live actually on the chain. They're not NFTs, which are URLs that point to like a web address. They're actually images that live on the chain. So those apes are coming out end of this month, April 2024,
Ooh,
and
breaking
then
news.
we have what's that?
No, breaking news.
Yeah,
You
breaking
know,
news. Yeah, yeah. And then end of next month we'll be releasing our accessory asset. So the ape is going to be the base level asset. And that's the base level asset will be in end of April 2024, and then the accessory assets like the glasses or the clothes that your ape can wear, those will be released end of May, and those are going to be on the CKB blockchain. Yeah,
yeah, wow, that sounds so exciting.
yeah,
So
yeah.
exciting.
So
Do
first going to
you
be
see
on
yourself flying
Bitcoin.
back and forth?
Sorry, say that again.
Do you fly back and forth between Asia and the US?
I mean, just recently. I'm here in Japan. Actually, I'm in Japan right now, and I live.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm in Asia, but for going back to Asia to the U.S., yeah, sometimes to see family. Yeah, not for work. Yeah, or
Okay.
sometimes for work. Yeah, yeah,
Sometime for work, yeah, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So I imagine the next step forward for the project would be expanding the market, perhaps in the US, right? So
yeah.
you
Sure.
will
Yeah, we have a
spend a little
team
more
in
focus.
the U.S. Yeah, we have a team in the U.S. as well. So
Yeah, I look forward to
yeah,
that actually. I would
yeah,
love it. If you guys have a meetup or something, we'll come and party. That will be
that should
fun.
be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
good.
wonder if you have plans to come to Europe as well. Maybe one
Yeah,
of these
Absolutely.
days.
we eventually we're a worldwide project. We don't whenever anyone asks, "Hey, are you just Chinese project or American project?" And we want to say we're worldwide and we're open to traveling anywhere in the world where there's people who are interested in our project. So yeah.
That's
That's
great.
wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay, just one one more question here, James. So tell me, you recall like any bad moments during your journey with Nervapes, or something you could have done differently, perhaps besides coming to this show today, of course.
No. Uh It's an interesting question. It's a sensitive question, but I think it's a question that is important for me as feedback to myself. Is that what are things that I can always improve as a community manager, or what are things that I could be doing better? And I think the key thing within the team is always going to be when you work with people. If you talk to anyone that works in a either in customer service or in some sort of space where there's a lot of interaction, it's like communication is such a huge thing, and I always feel that I could work on that, and that's something that I need to be better at, and understanding how to communicate better. And I think that this past Hong Kong festival, that was helpful. It's like, okay, all these people who are new to Nervape, how do I communicate this idea to them in a way that's understandable and in a way that doesn't put them off? Like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know that exchange. Like how's like for or like trying to show that even at the I don't want to be like someone that comes off as like, oh, I'm an expert in the space. I'm not. I think the both of you are probably like much more knowledgeable about like crypto or NFT, because I'm fairly new to the space. But at the same time, I'm not going to deny that I do have some experience having worked at Nervape and having also uh, have an understanding about the kind of like the first principles that we're coming from as far as art and use of art and technology. So yeah, communicating ideas, I think I can always get better, and how I can. And I think there have been like, yeah, some embarrassing and some like unfortunate moments where I felt like communication wasn't as good, but that's life, and that's how you learn, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
the worst thing that happens to you, that's great.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Right.
Okay, nice. So, James, just a couple of last things. The website. Is there anything that you'd like to, talk about the website, like giving us a walkthrough or something on the website?
Yeah, so on
You want me
nervape.com,
to
if
share?
you
I can
want.
share. I can share the screen if you want to see.
Oh yeah, sure.
Let me see.
Yeah, website. Yeah.
Can you see it?
Let's see. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So here on nervape.com/nervape. Yeah, so this is Nervape. We're a multi-chain composable digital objects built on Bitcoin. If you have a boneless, there's a lookup tool that you can now enter either your Ethereum, your or EVM address or Bitcoin address. And yeah, we believe in be yourself, trust yourself, create yourself. So BTC.
Where is
um,
that? Where is that? Let me see. I believe that was somewhere around here, right?
oh,
Be
you just
yourself.
passed it.
I just
It's
passed it.
just
Sorry.
underneath the. It's just underneath the lookup tool.
Oh, be
Great.
yourself, trust
Yeah.
yourself, create yourself. This is really
Yeah.
incredible stuff.
Yeah, and that's art created by our team, our design team. So yeah, take a look at that. Yeah,
They
if
do
you want
look
to scroll,
amazing.
yeah, if you want to scroll down, so here you can take a look at our project. So we're a multi we're multi-chain composable. So we have our assets separated to a base level asset. So here there's an explanation about what is a base level asset. So a base asset is basically the blank ape avatar that lives on Bitcoin, and you need that avatar, you need that ape in order to continue to interact with the ecosystem. If you don't have the ape, you'll no longer be able to do all the cool and fun stuff later on. So yeah, you can scroll down. Um, so that's the base level asset.
Yeah.
And then and then so here we have our features. So composability, so you can compose your ape of all these different assets, and eventually they're going to first asset levels, the first accessory assets are going to be released on CKB, but hopefully we want to release on other major chains like Solana, Ethereum, but we'll see. We still have to work out the protocols for that. And then dynamic nature, like the ape will always like evolve, like as your tastes change, your ape can change, right? So
Oh, that's
let's
cool.
say yeah, like maybe, hey, I'm wearing white today, but you know what, I don't like the color, I don't like white, I want a different color, I want like
That
you
really makes
know
it different from the regular NFT. Definitely.
right. So a lot of other PFP or NFT projects, you just buy the image, but with ours, you can change your ape as you change, you like, maybe you like more goth stuff, so you have some goth stuff. Or if you like, you know what, I feel like boba today, is there a boba asset? Oh great, I want a boba asset for my ape. Value and ownership. So yeah, it's on Bitcoin. I believe that gives you more security and value, because the ape itself lives on Bitcoin. Human first approach. Well, all our designs are not AI created; they're created by our human design team.
That's really
I think
important.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they're human or they're apes, but yeah, they're not machines. But
Have you
and
met?
then yes, we've met. And then co-creation. We eventually want to kind of like let our assets out into the world. Eventually, want to our the last the phase 3 of the project, the first phase being our base assets, phase 2 being our accessory assets on CKB, and then phase 3 will be a co-creation platform. We want to open up our design assets for other creators to create stuff on chain that they can also profit from and get money back from, and that's leads to our creator economy. Yeah, so
Cool.
there's that. Yeah.
Cool.
And then the
And
roadmap
yeah.
basically outlines what I just mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see what we have here. Phase 2. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Anything specific that you'd like to mention about the other things, specific that you'd like to mention about the website that, are important to see? You talked a lot about the saga earlier.
Yeah. So I think that might take up too much time,
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
basically, there you can always go to our about page that tells us more about our team.
Yeah.
So it tells us about our team and our background, Nervape Studio. Yeah, and then if you want to go back to the top, we also have our saga section. and that's going to be our multi-chapter narrative, which talks about the apes that I mentioned in this story in this podcast. And I would say check those out.
Are these
uh,
free, or do you need
these are
to?
free to read.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally free to read. Then if you go to Artifact, that will be our upcoming coming soon. That will be our Fidgetal, those cool apes that you saw, which I'm still trying to find. Uh, those physical
That's
apes that we
funny.
had on at the if you go to our Twitter and you scroll down, you can find some images of like
Yeah.
these black and white apes that we had printed by a 3D designer. And also they were using some benches to help display the apes. Those are benches that we are in collaboration with a Taiwanese camping studio, a company based in Taiwan, and called RBY. In Chinese is 人霸月, so person month. 人霸月,
Hmm.
person 8 month. I don't know why they're named that, but yeah. So RBY, they make some cool camping outdoor stuff that we're in collaboration with, that will be in um, that work well with our apes. Yeah. So there's that. If you go to our gallery, that's you can check out the gallery of our previous collections and all the cool apes. And yeah, because of the upcoming collection release, we've been having a huge renewed interest in our past collections. And also, you can see these are our collab. I don't know if you
I
guys
believe
had a
I have
chance.
one. Yeah, I believe I have
Yeah,
one right
yeah.
here,
So
right
Telmo
around here.
collab.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you, so this was a cool collab project, and
Yeah.
hopefully we do more. Basically, for this project, have a blast. Users could design their ape using our off-chain creator, which is similar to our Nervape collection. Basically, of designing their own ape and then placing the ape on a collaborative canvas that you see on the screen, and basically placing them on that canvas. And if you look closely, there might be a C, there might be a K, there might be a B. I don't know. That
There
maybe I'm.
might be.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see
I believe
it.
I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I saw that before. I'm not see. Maybe this is a B somewhere
Yeah,
Yeah,
around.
it
yeah.
looks like B.
But
Then you
it
get
was
C.
much more prevalent like as
It
leading up
was.
to, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've
But
seen it. I've seen it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's super cool project. We hope to do more like that in the future. But yeah. And then the community page, I'm hoping to, I haven't updated it yet, but that's going for community pages. If you go to the top next to gallery, there's a button called community to the right of gallery. And then that's going to be for our upcoming news. I still need to update that. Sorry, guys.
That's
But
fine. That's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
yeah, for all our updated stuff, please check out our Twitter and our Discord. That has all our up-to-date information. We have a bridge too for anyone that's still on layer 1 of Nervos Network and they want to go to Godwoken. We have a bridge button there at the top next to community. And then the final thing I want to mention is the connecting your wallet. You can always connect your wallet to see all your assets, and we have different options for connecting your wallet there. So yeah, so MetaMask, Joy ID, all that good stuff.
Well, I'm actually curious about something. How will this work? For example, once you launch like the minting of your digital objects, how will it work? For people minting on different chains, does it makes a difference?
Right. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to have a base level ape that
Okay.
lets you be able to continue designing your ape when we release on CKB. So the first thing you want to do is have a wallet that supports Bitcoin
Right. Yeah.
native SegWit or Taproot. Okay.
Okay.
So you want to address, so that's supported on those wallets that you have listed there, Joy ID, OKX, Unisat, right?
Hmm.
So you want to have a wallet that supports Bitcoin. All right. The so first the first thing that you need to do is have enough put
CKB?
some Bitcoin,
No,
put some
Bitcoin. Yeah,
Bitcoin
Bitcoin. Yeah.
in your wallet, and then that you have that ready, and so get ready for the minting. So we have a minting which is going to be at the end of this month, 2,777 apes. The bone list is about 1,800, which is all like pretty much all filled. And then so that leaves about 900 ish, but there might be less. We're still calculating all the numbers. But there's also a public mint that's happening at the end of April today, April of this month,
Yeah.
and then those will that'll be available for everyone on our website to mint. But
Okay, so you just
yeah,
mentioned the bone list, for example. What about for those
yeah.
people who claim like the bone list on CKB or Ethereum, for example? How will they be able to mint like an asset on Bitcoin?
Great question. So we have a tool that'll be released next week that will help you transfer your the
The
bone
bone
listed
list.
address. Your bone listed address was we accepted EVM addresses, Ethereum addresses, and though we have a tool next week that we'll post on our Twitter and our Discord that will help users. They can input their original address and then they can transfer to a Bitcoin address of their choice, and they
Cool.
have to make sure that the Bitcoin address is a valid address and it uses native SegWit or Taproot.
Taproot, yeah.
Yeah. And I believe most addresses nowadays. Um, anyways, just be sure, double check, and then that'll let you. There's a one-time transfer from your original Ethereum bone listed address to the Bitcoin address. Yeah.
That
I
sounds
just
great.
Yep.
Thank
Okay,
you.
cool. Thank you for the walk around on the website. It has a lot in there for people to actually see.
Yeah. But for
Okay.
all our up-to-date announcements, please check out our Twitter, which is we're at Nervapes, NERVAPS. And then also in our Twitter or our X, you can also check out you can also check out our Discord link, which is in our profile, and that one you can join, and if you have any support questions, you can open a ticket and we'll try to get to those. Right now it's super slammed with tickets, but we'll try to help with get to your support questions as soon as possible. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
That's fine. Let me just leave here the hint. Connect with Nervapes on X at Nervapes. I spelled that right. So right, Nervapes.
Yes, Nervapes.
Okay, so James, this was really, really good. It was really good
Yes.
having you here. Thank you very much for your insights and for such an in-depth, perspective on Nervapes. Unfortunately, we couldn't have Echo, but maybe in a next time, perhaps when the project is on a different stage, we can get you guys here again. And that's it from my side, Albert.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming. James, we'll see you again next time, real soon on our show. Have a good one, everybody. See you next time.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye
Thank you, Jeff.
bye.